Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did, and back in those days, you sure how things have changed. One of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap. And so he was up on the board, wouldn't listen to me. I said, hey, Esther, you, off the board. I'll come up and drag you off. Well, he came off, and he said, I'll meet you outside. My car, this is all public housing behind it. My car, there was a gate out here. I parked my car outside the gate. And he said, I'll be waiting for you. He was waiting for 3 guys in straight racing. Not a joke. There's a guy named Bill Wright, Mouse, the only white guy, and he did all the bulls. He was the mechanic. And I said, what am I going to do? He said, come down here in the basement where mechanics, where all the bull builder is. You know the chain, there used to be a chain that went across the deep end. And he cut off a 6-foot length of chain. He folded up, he said, you walk out with that chain. And you walk to the car and say, you may cut me, man, but I'm going to wrap this chain around your head. I said, you're kidding me. He said, no, if you don't come back. And he was right. So I walked out with the chain. And I walked up to my car. And they had, those days, you used to remember the straight race. You'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in the rain barrel, get them rusty. And I looked at him, but I was smart then. I said, first of all, I said, when I tell you get off the board, you get off the board, and I'll kick you out again, but I shouldn't have called you Esther Williams. I apologize for that. I apologize, but I didn't know that apology was going to work. He said, you apologize to me? I said, I apologize for that, not for throwing you out, but I apologize for what I said. He said, okay, close the straight razor, and my heart began to beat again. And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
Here's the poll, Jack. You guys are all the same.
I went in yesterday and there was a television screen, and I said, this is genius.
Straight and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. 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 So I learned about roaches.
But it's a class action lawsuit against all machines and that they're defective devices.
To do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree.
Should we have done that sooner?
We are doing it.
Or should we have done it sooner?
We are doing it.
So, Brandon, I agree.
we are going to restore honor to our government. In my administration, I'm going to enforce all laws concerning the protection of classified information. No one will be above the law.
Why attack Sanders? Why? Oh, you're getting nervous, man.
God is a shit fuck, you know, bridge tour, etc., etc.
They're coming all over the place. 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 They're coming all over the place.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the vote.
$7 million for reef fish management.
Hello? Is this thing on? Max is freaking the fuck out. I'm sorry, Max. I didn't mean that. It's an unintended consequence of me being a fucking idiot. Of me being a fucking idiot. Maxie, come uppy! Uppy, uppy, uppy! We gotta max the... Oh, uppy, Max! Oh, hi! I should turn the fucking camera on. Oh, Max. Oh. Maxie, come uppy! Come uppy! Oh, you're gonna fucking hang yourself with the goddamn... Uppy, Maxie! Wah! What are you doing? Uppy! He's had enough. That dog has had a fucking enough. He is not coming up. Hello, users, and welcome to another goddamn. I am here once again to do a show. This is a show, and I do it every day, and that includes today. Anyway, let's put my headphones on, because I guess this is a new show. Fucking Drip Vegeta and Drip Goku, this arc is getting interesting. Yeah, so Max the dog is freaking out in the background. He's doing something, I don't know. And I'm freaking out in the foreground. And, we're doing doing a show. Does Max want to be treated like a baby? I treat him like a baby, and I treat him like an old man. Both at the same time. So, where's my drip? Huh? No good? I'm dripping it up. Look at this. Look at this. Look. Huh? I'm full of it. I'm full of drip. Am I using that word right? I don't know. Anyway, so we got a show for today. I've got 3 liquids here right now. So drinking some water, drinking some coffee, drinking some seltzer. And so I got 3 liquids. Goddamn. But anyway, so yeah, can you change the color for the memberships? Because I don't know if I like green. I mean, I'm down with green if it's required, but I don't know if I like green too much. Anyway, all right, so we got a show today. Today, I'm starting a new experiment, an experimentation, an experimental experiment, that is, it's worth experimenting with. And, so, starting a microdosing schedule this week. And, so today is day 1. So if I seem a little bit, right, that's why. And so we'll see how it goes, and I'll tally my results at the end of the week. All right, so let's start off by talking about goddamn Canada. Some goddamn fucking breaking news in Canada. Apparently, there was a stabbing spree. So let's inform ourselves. Canada stabbings. Police hunt suspects after killing spree in Saskatchewan. Canadian police have launched a huge manhunt for 2 men suspected of stabbing at least 10 people to death in a rampage that has shocked the nation. 2 suspects named as Damien Sanderson and Miles Sanderson, what are they, brothers, are on the run and considered armed and dangerous. Victims are found in 13 locations in the remote indigenous community James Smith Cree Nation in nearby Weldon. So did they specifically target an indigenous community? Because that's fucked up if so. It is one of the deadliest acts of mass violence Canada has seen. PM Justin Trudeau said it was heartbreaking. So let's just talk about this, by the way. Like, as an American, the idea of 10 people getting stabbed, 10 people getting stabbed is like, that's like a fucking, a moderately, like, insane New Year's Eve party, 10 people getting stabbed. 10 people getting stabbed is like the average Saturday night at, like, a nightclub in the United States of America. But in Canada, everyone's like, whoa, stabbings, so I'm just saying it's a little interesting how certain populations are so desensitized and other populations are not. And so, as an American, I see 10 stabbings and I'm thinking, oh, that's rookie numbers. Like, yeah, divided by 2 people too, where it's like, okay, so they get 5 stabbings each, or is it like 5, or is it 13 stabbings, or is it 10 deaths? What are the numbers? 10 people died, and there's, 15 stabbings? I don't know. I mean, like, these are rookie numbers, man. Anyway, at least 15 others were injured in the spree. Okay, so 25 stabbings and 10 dead, with police urging residents to be extremely vigilant as they conduct a search across one of Canada's largest and most remote regions. What does a serial stabbing even look like? You just run around and go like, blah! And then just run away and go like, right? Like exactly how does that factor in? Like, what I'm just curious. I'm not trying to mock this or anything. I'm not trying to. I know it's happening anyway, but I'm not trying to. Quote, I am shocked and devastated by the horrific attacks today, Mr. Trudeau said in a statement. Those responsible for today's abhorrent attacks must be fully brought to justice. As news of the stabbings broke, a dangerous person alert was sent to all mobile phones across the province of Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Alberta, an enormous region almost half the size of Europe. A state of emergency was declared, imagine a state of emergency being declared over stabbings in the United States of America. Like, I don't know, man, maybe I gotta go to fucking Canada. They at least know how to fucking handle this shit. A community of about 2,000 residents northeast of the village of Weldon, which is home to just 200 people. Quote, do not leave a secure location. Use caution, allowing others into your residence. Saskatchewan Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP, warned people across the area. So anyway, there's a bunch of stabbings going on in Canada. So, it's breaking news. Finally, there's a tragedy that's not in America. But 25 stabbings, if I read that correctly, 10 people are dead. That's not good. That's not good. So, and of course, I'm just saying, of course it's men doing this shit. But anyway, hopefully everyone else that's been stabbed recovers, and hopefully they get these guys, I guess. I don't know. We'll find out. All right, so I see there's some chat going on here. I'm sorry. I'm just ignoring the messages from the non-green users. Like, environmental coffee house. Who is that, Trans girl dick is the best dick. Flag and then intersectional gender sign. Who is that? It's not a green username. You might as well have like a star on you at this point. Anyway, by the way, the membership symbol is a star. I should probably change that. Goddamn Drip Goku and Drip Vegeta are sexually harassing me in my own chat room. Can you believe this? Holy mackerel. Holy mackerel. Can you believe it? Goddamn environmental coffee house. Oh, stop? Alright, I'll stop reading your goddamn messages. What even color is the default? It's like a weird gray shit going on. What's worse? The fact that environmental coffee house is not a channel member, or the fact that Goku and Vegeta are sexually harassing me? YouTube refunded your membership gifts? Does that mean I don't get the money? That's fucked up. Just give it all back in a super chat. There you go. Oh, there we go. Grab your memberships. Does anyone know how this fucking thing functions yet? I don't know how that works. I wish they would harass me. Oh my god. Oh, Goku's gonna Kamehameha the earth if I don't show my mommy milkers? God damn it, Goku. What the hell, man? What the hell, Goku? That's fucked up. I thought you died anyway. Why the fuck is Goku here? Isn't that motherfucker in goddamn HFIL or something? Come on. Get the hell out of here, Goku. Alright, got a show. Apparently today is Labor Day. Or some shit. I don't know. I don't really follow holidays. I guess Labor Day is one. As a communist, I should care about Labor Day. But honestly, I don't. Little hot take. Whoa, exposed, So-called communist doesn't give a fuck about Labor Day. Who cares about Labor Day? As far as I'm concerned, every day is Labor Day. We need Monday in September is Labor Day. Fuck you. Fuck you, Monday is fucking Labor Day. Every day is fucking Labor Day in my goddamn utopia. Donald James gifted 1 membership twice. Damn. Mila's at brunch right now. I'm being sexually harassed by cartoon characters, and Mila is at brunch. Can you believe this shit? Farminostophilos, Stufaloofaloos. So now we are, finally identifying that Patrick Bateman is the same person that runs the Dragon Ball characters. This is actually a new update in the Alt Wars. So, been revealed. My sister was actually, holy shit, Andrew Kohler, you gotta learn how to fucking type. Holy fuck, I need to adjust my glasses. Okay, my sister was in labor this morning. Then you throw an M dash in there. You're trying to recover what little credibility you have left by throwing in an M dash. You think, oh, if I throw in an M dash, everyone will forget that I put was twice in the goddamn first part of the sentence. Oh, the M dash erases all. Now that's dedication. That's pretty good though. Though you should publicly apologize for writing such a horrible sentence. I didn't want to do 5, so I did 2. Yeah, I guess there is no option for any in between. All those slackers aren't going to stream today. I'm going to stream today. I had a great weekend personally. Had a little bit of some intense moments throughout my weekend, and you know, I'm coming back. I'm powerful. I'm ready to take revenge on the world. And in the form of a YouTube stream and maybe a Twitch stream later today. So no brunch for me. God damn it, Mila. Mila's like, oh, it's Labor Day. That means I can't go and get fucking, you know, have like waiters serve me. Except you can, because in the United States in Labor Day, it just means people work anyway. Like, who is off on Labor Day? Just like the rich white-collar fucks are off on Labor Day. Like, oh, look at me. I'm a banker. I'm off on Labor Day. Meanwhile, the fucking person that's working at Chick-fil-A still has to work a double goddamn shift. You know what I mean? We're just men of culture, not the same guy. All right, well, okay. I'm open to hearing that argument, Patrick Bateman. I'm open to it. Green Machine tonight? I'm afraid that is not possible. I was working throughout Labor Day weekend. Yeah, there you go. Labor Day, the day where the poor people have to work extra hard. Great job, Labor Day. We're really doing a great job. Environmental Coffee House, welcome to Cool. Could I just like do the whole show where I just talk to the chat and people pay me? Like, do I even need to do the news anymore? Like, I can just talk to the chat and people are showering me with cash. This is a not bad deal. Come chat when? Come chat very soon, hopefully. We got come, I love come, I need come here. And, you know, so. Anyway, I should do a react show. I don't know what that means. Isn't my whole career a react show? Like, what is a react show? Anyway, I'm going to do another news segment, so shut the fuck up for a second. So, Amazon, kind of a shitty corporation, let's be real, but just how shitty are they? Well, here's another example of them being really fucking shitty. Amazon fires a cancer-stricken worker for kicking an empty box. Michael Verastro worked at a unionizing Amazon facility in Albany, New York. He is battling prostate cancer and will now lose his health insurance. Why? Because he kicked an empty box? Amazon managers at the company's unionizing warehouse in Albany, New York, have fired a 60-year-old cancer patient after an investigation confirmed that he kicked an empty box. I love this sentence. This part of the sentence really is incredible. An investigation confirmed that he kicked an empty box. The motherfuckers they had their magnifying glass out. They had their goddamn corncob pipe and they were puffing away and they were investigating whether or not he kicked an empty box. And then they did successfully investigate and confirm that an empty box was kicked. That is one hell of an investigation. Can we talk about the word investigation? Does investigation not mean anything anymore? Like, is investigation, like, just, like, a word that has no... Like, what is an investigation? Some guy says, hey, by the way, I kicked an empty box because I got frustrated, just letting you know. And you have to investigate? Like, he confessed immediately. Anyway, I'll get into this. When the incident occurred late last week, Michael Verastro was alone at a workstation and struggling with several pieces of malfunctioning equipment. So Amazon fucked him over and gave him broken, shitty equipment, and he got frustrated. Problems with scanners and printers had already required him to switch to a new workstation, and they were now putting him increasingly behind on a production quota that Amazon rigidly polices. Faced with yet another error, Verastro channeled his annoyance onto a chunk of hollow cardboard. So let me get this straight. He has a rigid quota that if he does not hit, he'll get fucked up. Amazon provides him with broken equipment, requiring him to work extra time He gets frustrated, kicks an empty box, and they can him. Probably because they didn't want to pay for his fucking cancer treatment, I'm sure. And then they did an investigation. Like, what the fuck? What does investigation mean, man? Holy shit. Quote, I took it out on an empty box on the floor, Verastro told More Perfect Union, which is where I'm reading this from. I didn't take it out on another person. I didn't take out my anger or frustration on any individual. I took it out on a box. Conscious of disturbing his co-workers and concerned that the box he struck may have made contact with another box outside his workstation, Verastro said he quickly apologized to a fellow associate sitting nearby. The conversation was brief, he recalled, as she acknowledged her own frustration with the technology problems. Later, a supervisor approached Verastro and asked if he'd like to take a walk and discuss the incident. Discuss the incident. The motherfucking incident. With the empty box. The fucking incident. Instead, behind on his work, he opted to stay at the workstation. That's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. So you have a quota you have to hit regardless, no matter what, otherwise you get canned, right? They give you shitty equipment to like turn like, you know, an hour of work into 90 minutes of work, and then you pile on, you get way behind. Then you kick an empty box just to get away from it all, just to like feel a little bit better about that, right? And then a supervisor asked you to take a walk. Motherfucker, if I don't hit my quota, I'm going to get fired. Take a walk? So they don't take a walk and they get fired for not taking the walk? Like, what would the walk have entailed? What? The next day, feeling unwell from his cancer treatment, Verastro received permission to go home early. That would be the last time Verastro would step foot in the warehouse. He was suspended from work on Sunday before being terminated for allegedly violating the company's workplace violence, drug, and alcohol abuse policy. I mean, my question is, why does this Amazon warehouse still exist? That's my question. And also, workplace violence? Is workplace violence not providing a rigid quota and then also malfunctioning equipment so that hitting the quota is impossible and you have to work overtime for free? Is that workplace violence? No, of course not. Kicking an empty box. That's violence. Oh, boo-hoo. Violence has been enacted on this day. I have a question. What damage does kicking an empty box do? And my follow-up question, what is the difference between kicking an empty box and dropping an empty box? Or dropping a filled box on an empty box? What is the difference? If you drop an empty box and it gets dented, do you get fired? Just curious. Anyway, so you could read more of this in this guy's trying to work with the Amazon labor union now. But I mean, like, this is just another example of like Amazon and these other corporations, they know they're the bad guys. They're aware that they're the bad guys, and they wear it on their sleeve, and they're proud of it. They get that, like, they have, like, bad guy tattooed on their forehead. They think that's just rad as hell. These people are crazy. They're crazy. First of all, an investigation on an empty box is ridiculous. Second of all, providing people with inefficient technology to do their job and then firing them because they couldn't do their job is fucking ridiculous. These people are garbage. Human garbage. And whoever the manager is, whoever this fucking person who's like, oh, you want to go on a walk or whatever, fucking, I hope that they cry themselves to sleep every night, because they're a piece of fucking dog shit. Everyone that fucking works at Amazon, like in the management, the higher ups, all that shit, they're all fucking human garbage. It's just, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Fired for kicking an empty box because your job didn't give you the necessary tools in order to actually do your job, but expected you to do it anyway, forcing you into an extremely emotionally violent situation. Is it not violence to tell someone you have to be finished doing this thing in 3 hours, but it requires 5 hours to do so because you gave them inefficient tools? Is that violence? Nah. Kicking an empty box, though. Holy shit, man. Everyone's freaked out. We got to investigate whether or not the box was kicked or the box was empty. Let's launch an investigation until we figure out what the hell is going on here. Jesus. Oh. How's everyone's Labor Day? It's goddamn Labor Day, folks. I'm in labor. Today. How come everyone's like, oh, it's Labor Day? Time to take off. And yet, here I am, still working? Where's my fucking Labor Day? Where the fuck is my goddamn Labor Day? Jesus. God, the disrespect. The disrespect that I have to face on a daily basis by you people. All right. This is on Fox Business. I thought this would be entertaining. California's electric car mandate could spread to over a dozen states. They're acting like this is like fucking COVID or some shit. California's gas car ban faces firm opposition in states across the country. More than a dozen states are debating whether to adopt California's plan to ban new gas cars by the end of 2035. So, just real quick, this is why it's so important for blue states to be pushing forth with this kind of legislation. Like, because it sets like a marker. Red states do this all the time. Look at Texas, testing out the abortion ban. Testing out. See if Roe v. Wade is still a thing, maybe. Mississippi, Missouri, right? Alabama, Oklahoma. They all do these, you know, trial balloons. Like, does it work? Can we get away with this? And then they get away with it. And then Montana hops on. And then Idaho hops on. And then, can we get away with this? Maybe. And then next thing you know, you got states like Minnesota hopping on and other shit like that, right? So red states do this shit all the time. I say blue states should start passing some more out there bills, you know. And again, I think 2035, I mean, it's not good enough, really. I think 2030 would have been a little bit better. But 2035, I mean, you know what? Whatever. I'll take it. Just getting the idea out there of banning gas-powered cars at some point and putting an end date on it definitively, rather than, like, and who knows? Maybe next year we can fight. Maybe another state's going to say 2030, right? You know, something like that. Who knows? Just putting an expiration date on gas cars, in my opinion, is a good idea. And other states going ahead with this is a good idea. Several of the 17 states are likely to move forward with the plan, including Washington, Massachusetts, New York, Oregon, and Vermont. California's restrictions are the strictest in the country, mandating that all new vehicles run on either electricity or hydrogen by 2035. Now, here's another thing. Think about this. If you're a car manufacturer and you know gas-powered cars are only allowed in, like, you know, fucking Mississippi, are you really going to spend all that money to create a line of gas cars so that someone in Alabama can drive on their coal gas, goddamn, woo, right? Are you going to bother with that? No! Fuck no! That's a waste of fucking time, right? So let's assume California, New York, Washington, other massive states start to do this kind of thing. All of a sudden, car companies, they're just going to say, fuck it, we'll drop gas cars. Who cares if they're legal in fucking goddamn Idaho? No one's driving in Idaho except the people that have their fucking 1976 pickup truck, okay? The mandate is facing fierce pushback in states like Minnesota, where the Minnesota Auto Dealers Association argues that weather prohibits the use of solely electric vehicles. The technology is such that vehicles just don't perform that well in cold weather. Scott Lambert, the trade group's president, told the Associated Press, "We don't all live in Southern California." So here's another question. Okay? All right. Let's presume that electric cars have an issue with cold weather. Well, guess what? We got fucking 13 years to figure that fucking shit the fuck out. Like this, sorry, electric cars right now don't function that well in this instance. Let's assume that that's true just for the sake of argument. Well, guess what? It's a good thing that this bill doesn't take effect today. It takes effect in 13 fucking years, you jackass. Jesus, these people are fucking... I love this image. It's just an image of Gavin Newsom just being happy, I guess. That's funny as hell. Colorado is also among the states where the measure faces firm opposition. While the governor shares the goal of rapidly moving toward electric vehicles, he is skeptical about requiring 100% of cars sold to be electric by a certain date as technology is rapidly changing. Meanwhile, Republicans in Virginia are attempting to cut themselves off from California standards. The state passed legislation subjecting itself to California standards in 2021 when Democrats controlled the legislature and the governor's office. Republican Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin called the legislation ridiculous last week and has bent his administration toward cutting the ties. These people are such fucking drama queens. As if electric cars are gonna fucking save the goddamn world to begin with. These people are so fucking, like, could you imagine... Like, the masculine ego is so fragile in this country that, like, you need to have an internal combustion engine to feel like a real man. Like, being battery powered, oh, I'm a pussy, right? Like, that's how these people feel. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Anyway, so Fox Business is, of course, hopping. Does this fucking shit have a comment? Oh, of course they do. Rolling blackouts. Where's the electricity gonna come from? I mean, like, here's the thing, right? Let's assume, okay? Let's assume, theoretically, hypothetically, right? Electric cars are worse for the environment than gas-powered cars at this moment in time. Well, let's ask ourselves, why would that be the case? Well, one, because our electricity is sourced from dirty shit like fossil fuels. Now, let's imagine 13 years from now, is that going to be the case? Maybe. Is it going to be the case nearly in the same fashion? Maybe, but probably not, right? So, I don't know, man. Let's assume if electric cars, electric vehicle, battery-powered stuff is actually, again, it's just all coming from dirty energy to begin with, right? In 13 years from now, if we did get off of dirty energy, that wouldn't be the case, right? So, all the arguments against electric cars, not Carl, I don't know who the fuck Carl is, all these arguments against electric cars are just fucking stupid. And again, people just don't understand that the world changes, especially in 13 fucking goddamn years. The world's going to change quite a lot, right? And so if California is signaling that they're going to do this, maybe they're going to try to get off of all fossil fuels at a certain point, maybe 2050 or whatever. Isn't that the Biden goal, 2050 net neutral? I don't know if we're going to make it till then. But I mean, I don't know. Like, to me... Any of the opposition to this, I am firmly in the camp of just let's ban all cars by 2035. That's my position. Let's ban every single fucking car by 2035. How about that? But anyway, as far as I'm concerned, this is a half measure. I have nothing else to say. I just, that pretty much ends whatever I was going to say. You're a good puppy, Max. I love you. Oh, hello, Hentai Haven. It's good to see you here. My car runs on meth, weed, and U235. Perfectly sustainable. Wow, are all these stars memberships? You bet. You bet. Y'all, so I mentioned earlier that at the moment I am consuming 3 different beverages, and as a result, I'm going to need to enter the urination station pretty soon here. So I'm going to get through one more news story, and then I'm going to go into the urination station. I will be gone for approximately 90 seconds. So I swear to God, if you fucking low attention span, short attention span motherfuckers leave while I'm at the urination station, I'm going to be pissed. Can you call yourself human if you don't enjoy hentai? I agree with cum. I love cum. I need cum. I don't know about the brother-sister stuff. That I disagree with that. But everything before that, I'm all in. Alright, so, Letterhack, I will be doing a movie review later. So stick the fuck around. I know you're a little like, ooh, is there a movie review? Pfft, if not, I'm out of here! Right? Like, I know that that's the Letterhack. Like, the Letterhack has tattooed on this motherfucker's forehead, no movie review, ? And then, you know, and then that's it. Anyway. You love the Goodfella. It was a great review. Alright. Well, I pooped this morning, fun pee, and needless to say, I did not hit the quota for fiber yesterday. Yesterday, I was eating like the 95%, and I did not have a good experience this morning. Let's just put it that way. But either way, Donald Trump, the orange man, he's orange. I don't know what to tell you. He's orange as fuck. Anyway, so Donald Trump is orange, and he said he had a little bit of a gaffe the other day at his rally, his first post FBI raid rally. He went to Pennsylvania to campaign for some crazy motherfuckers. And made a little bit of a goof, a little bit of a mistake. So I got the clip here. And first of all, I love that there's like, I love whatever's going on here, like on the right side of the screen. Like whatever's going on here is amazing. Trump's speech special. Free gold coin on qualifying orders for offer details. Text Trump. Anyway, let's listen to what goddamn Donald ass Trump has to say that happened last week. So some people are saying that this is proof that he's like going a little demented. I think that ship sailed a long time ago, and this is just a fun little side effect. But also, like, I think he meant to say, like, last week, Mark Zuckerberg was on Joe Rogan's thing. I think that's what he meant to say. But then the dementia got a hold of him, and he just started, like, talking about the glory days. So let's go.
You remember in the campaign, I used to say, if these people get in, we're going to end up with Venezuela on steroids. I said it many, many times. I never thought it was much of a possibility, but I never knew people could cheat like that. Not like that. Last week.
Once again, I should say Donald Trump lost the 2020 election. He's a loser! Sorry.
Weirdo. He's a weirdo. Mark Zuckerberg came to the White House, kissed my ass. Kissed my ass. Sir, I'd love to have dinner. Sir, I'd love to have dinner. I'd love to bring my lovely wife. All right, Mark, come on in. Sir, you're #1 on Facebook. I'd like to congratulate you. Oh, thank you very much, Mark. I appreciate it. Weirdo. You remember in the campaign?
So anyway, I love the weirdo part.
But I never knew people could cheat like that. Last week, weirdo, he's a weirdo, Mark Zuckerberg came to the White House.
So, like, there's multiple ways of interpreting this, right? There's the interpretation that he was going to say last week Mark Zuckerberg was on Joe Rogan, but then just got carried away talking about his anecdotes. I think that that's more likely the case. I don't know. Who cares? All I know is that it's funny as fuck. And then also, really, the thing that made me want to do this segment really badly was this fucking shit. Free gold coin. I thought that was hilarious, so I really needed to cover that. But anyway, let's read some of this article here. Former President Donald Trump said at a Saturday rally that Meta executive Mark Zuckerberg joined him for dinner at the White House last week, despite having been out of office for more than a year and a half. I just love how they're playing that so seriously. It's great. At a Pennsylvania rally supporting some crazy motherfuckers, blah, 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 quote, last week, the weirdo, he's a weirdo, blah, blah, blah. Trump had previously made similar comments about Zuckerberg last year. Following a suspension from Facebook, he said the executive used to come to the White House to kiss his ass and called Zuckerberg sick for deplatforming him. In Saturday's campaign speech, Trump added, well, Mark Zuckerberg confessed that in 2020, the FBI went to Facebook and the media and gave them false narratives. This fucking Hunter Biden's laptop from hell shit. The fucking, like, my God, man, the laptop from hell. Like, I can't with these motherfuckers. The former president was referring to Zuckerberg's comments this week on Joe Rogan's podcast that a New York Post story about a Hunter Biden's laptop fit the pattern of polarizing content, including Russian propaganda the FBI had warned the company about. He said the laptop story had several red flags that raised questions about its authenticity. And now, again, who cares about the fucking laptop anyway? Also, who cares? Trump made a fucking, Biden makes gas all the time. These people are fucking old and they're demented. But also, I want this free gold coin. So, I'm just... a free gold coin! Like, all you have to do is donate, like, fucking $2,700 to Donald Trump's campaign, and you get a free, totally free gold coin. Jesus Christ. But anyway... endlessly entertaining. Donald Trump, endlessly entertaining and orange and a loser. He lost the 2020 election. Anyway, I'll be right back. And I got to use the bathroom really bad. So I'll be right back.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup for my family. They're so innocent. This is soup for my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people. And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick. It's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can...
Hello? Is this thing on? Testing. Alright, I think it's on. We got Max the dog here. How's it going, Max? Are you a couch dog? This guy's a couch dog. Look at this. You're on the couch. This fucker is so cool. Like, if only you could see this dog. Like, the way his paw is, like, just... like, he is so fucking cool. Max, why the fuck are you so cool? I'm gonna put sunglasses on you, because you're cool. Here. Was that visible? At all? Was there, like, even a frame? Was there even a frame where that was visible? Not really. Okay, well... Max, I'll make you look cool later, okay? God, that's a cool-ass dog. How's everyone going? What are the vibes like? I remember watching a bathroom break. I tend to associate the urination station with the program's finalization. Well, this is the first time I remember watching a... oh, this is the first time? Yeah, well, sometimes again, I am consuming 3 different consumables. So That's some fast peeing. Well, the bathroom is not that. It's not a long walk. So essentially, I press the button and I'm peeing within seconds. You know. He is still sticking with, we won't allow them to teach transgender. Yeah, I heard about that, but I don't, you know. Maybe I should cover it. I don't know. But, you know. No Ichabod Day in Switzerland. That's worst of May here. Alright. Goddamn Ichabod Day. Isn't that like a fucking folk's tale or some shit? Like the pumpkin guy? Ichabod? No, it's Ichabod. Who knows? Where are the blacks for Trump? Oh, the blacks for Trump. They're doing just fine. You look so cute in your thumbnail. Oh my god. Thank you so much. God damn it. Now I'm gonna cry live on stream. Folks, reminder that this is a pro-simp zone. You are allowed to call me any number of positive things or describe any number of activities with any number of my physical attributes at any point. So feel free to do just that if you'd like. But also, let's get into a little bit of let's get into some more news here. This is a news show after all. 3 liquids: coffee, water, and seltzer. All right, so the guy running for the governorship in Pennsylvania is a little bit of a fucking crazy motherfucker. A little bit of a crazy motherfucker. And this is a guy whom, if I remember correctly, said that being a man requires you to fight back against tyrannical governments. This guy was a huge supporter of the January 6th insurrection and so on. This is Doug Mastriano. And a couple days ago, this guy decided, you know what? Fuck the Jan 6 committee, right? Because they might want him to go up there and talk about why he was such a big fan of the insurrection. And so he decided, we're going to sue the Jan 6 committee. That'll get him. So the goal here, really, the ultimate goal here is to delay until the election happens. Now, once again, 14th Amendment Section 3 clearly states if you engage in an insurrection against the United States or give aid or comfort to those engaging in an insurrection that you're banned from running for any office. Interesting how that works. But anyway, Doug Mastriano, the Republican nominee for governor of Pennsylvania, who has been endorsed by former President Donald Trump, sued the House Jan 6 committee Thursday to avoid testifying. This is last week. In a 21-page complaint first reported by Politico, Mastriano's lawyers, Timothy C. argued that the committee's improper makeup could, quote, improperly influence the midterm elections. What is an improper makeup? What does that mean? It's improper. What? Oh, the makeup. No, it's improper. Yes, it is. What is that? It's improper? What the fuck? What does that mean, improper? The committee includes 2 Republican members who were chosen by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, not by House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, who refused to appoint any Republicans to the committee after Pelosi rejected 2 of his 5 initial picks. Mastriano is asking for a judge to rule that he not be compelled to sit for a deposition and that the panel pay his attorney's fees. Now, again, what this is trying to do is trying to run out the clock. All right, it's very possible that this lawsuit's not going to go his way, and he might have to end up going up there, the week of the election. That's a bad deal. But if he can just delay it and delay it and delay it, maybe the week after the election, then he's home free. Theoretically, he's the governor at that point, or governor-elect. But I'm hoping that Pennsylvania does not vote for these fucking morons. The Senate race with Fetterman and Oz is looking pretty good for Fetterman's chances. To be honest with you, I don't know too much about the gubernatorial race. I haven't been paying as much attention to that as I should be. But I'm hoping that both of them vote in favor of Democrats here. The committee sent Mastriano a subpoena in February, saying it was seeking information related to Mastriano's involvement in an alternate electors scheme after Trump's defeat in the 2020 presidential election. Mastriano's lawsuit argued that House deposition regulations served as guardrails to prevent one party from using deposition excerpts to spread disinformation, arguing that edited clips from recorded interviews could be used to improperly influence the midterm elections. Although courts have previously ruled that the panel has the power to issue subpoenas, the lawyer wrote, "No court has ever examined the issue of whether this particular committee is able to comply with the deposition." All right, they don't give a shit. It's literally just a delay tactic. That's it. But anyway, so there's that for you. These people are insane. This guy was pro-insurrection. He was pro-insurrection. He was trying to fucking, do that weird like House flip. Like the delegate. Oh, we're in the House legislature. We're gonna vote for the wrong delegates or some shit. He was in on every fucking scam and scheme that happened after the election in 2020. Once again, Donald Trump lost the 2020 election. He's a loser, and so is Doug Mastriano. These people are insane. And so if you wanted to know who Donald Trump is going to rally for, this is the guy. This is the guy. So, giving you a little bit more details on him. And he's kind of a freak, I'll tell you that much. Goober nut oral. Goober nut oral. I mean, I'm in, Poorly applied mascara equals improper makeup. I've never done makeup in my life. Maybe someday, when I get a little ugly, when I start getting a little ugly, maybe I'll, I gotta like hide these like red spots. I get red spots on my skin sometimes. Got like coffee on my lip. Okay, it's gone. Goddamn Ichabod Crane. I hope you washed your hands, of course. Andrea loves a good simp competition. I agree. I don't know what the gender makeup of my audience is. I feel like it's pretty evenly split, to be honest. But I don't know. That could just be like active chatters versus, including lurkers. I'm not sure, but I feel like my the gender representation of my audience is it's pretty good. A lot of YouTube channels are like 90%, 95% men. So I feel like it's a lot better here. So. Boobs, I agree. You get banned if you simp at all for Emma at TMR. Well, that's her decision. How are these people allowed to run for anything? I agree. 14th Amendment, Section 3. Mastriano's a real fascist. Yeah, that guy's fucking nutso. He was the one, he was cheerleading to, do something on January 6th before that actually happened, so. Who will win in 2024? I don't even know who the fuck is running in 2024, right? Who cares? No problem with men. I'm just saying, YouTube and the internet in general skews heavily in the men direction. So, love all the men. Thank you for watching me. Shout outs to the men. But also, women exist and they're also in the audience. That's cool. So I want to get into some movie reviews. Just gotta, gotta download these fucking movie posters to put on the screen. So if you ever wonder what all the typing is and all that, that's me downloading the movie posters so that I can post them on the screen. Because, you'd think do this before the show starts. Nah, fuck that shit. I'll do it as the show's happening. Okay. Got some motherfucking movie posters. All right. Oh, Max the dog is on the move. Hey, Max, where you going? Yeah. He's going to explore. Progressive Kev, how was your show? How was your show? Did that happen yet? Was it good? Give me the scoop. All right. By the way, before I get into movie reviews, I should say thank you all for watching the news portion of the program. I will be doing a Twitch stream today. I don't know when. Probably pretty close to after I finish the show. Earlier than later. I'm not going to do anything too late today. So feel free to follow me on Twitch. It's goddamn Daily Qcock over on that fucking website. So hit me up. Post your cocks, post your Qs in the Twitch chat. And also, I'm trying to put up some of the VODs from the Doom stuff that I've been doing on Twitch. So we'll be posting, you may have already seen the pages. I will be posting a lot of them on my YouTube page, as well as some of the speedruns I've been doing. I've been trying to, doing a lot of speedruns. So I'm a speedrunner, and it's fun. So that's kind of what I do. But reel on, I'm sure you will be okay. I think I've done enough news today. I think I did a good job. And I'll allow you to shut the hell up while I do some movie reviews. Friday, it was fantastic. That's good to hear. All right. So, I watched... Well, I don't know. Let me just say this. Ghostbusters 2. So, I watched like the first 20 minutes of this and then fell asleep the other day. I broke the cardinal rule, folks. Typically, I always enjoy watching like episodes or movies in one sitting, but sometimes you just get too high and you fall the fuck asleep and you don't want to suffer through it because then you're not going to remember. So I watched Ghostbusters 2. I watched the first 20 minutes, a while ago, like a couple days ago, and then finished watching the rest of the movie yesterday. And so Ghostbusters 2. Now I have to say, first of all, I think Ghostbusters 1 is a better movie. I think. That's my opinion. That said, Ghostbusters 2 is fun. It's a fun movie. I enjoyed it. It's really just more of the ghost busting, Like the busting made you feel good. And so let's keep on busting again. Let's just keep busting. And then apparently that there's no more busting after this one because they never made a third movie. But Ghostbusters 2, I think it's pretty good. I love that Sigourney Weaver has like a kid with some random no name that's never introduced and not a character. But the point is that like fucking goddamn Bill Murray's a jealous little fuck, right? I love like the art people at the art museum, like that one guy, like he kind of turns out to be a villain, but like, I like that character, like the Ghostbusters were fucking around with this precious art and shit. And that guy was like, don't fuck around with this art. I agreed with that guy. Apparently Sigourney Weaver is like also an art restorer or some shit, which in my opinion, it's another term for that is vandalism. I don't believe in art restoration. I don't quite exactly know what Sigourney Weaver's job was, but it looked like she was like an art restorer, which again doesn't exist. It's called vandalism. But anyway, so like a ghost, apparently it's been like 5 or 6 years since Ghostbusters 1. Right, and a ghost, is coming back, but there hasn't been that many ghosts in a while. So the Ghostbusters, they kind of, their jobs aren't going so well. But a ghost starts coming back. He's in the painting, and he starts like throwing a bunch of slime all over the place, and they're getting slimed up. It's pink slime. Sometimes it's like a clear liquid. Sometimes it's like cotton candy. Sometimes it's like, I don't even know what was going on with the slime effects in this movie. But overall, this movie, it follows a very similar formula to the first movie. It's just more of the same. My opinion is, if you like Ghostbusters 1, you will like Ghostbusters 2. I think Ghostbusters 1 is better than Ghostbusters 2, but I mean, really, it's one of those things where it's like, if you like the first one, you're gonna like the second one. I like the first one. I like the second one. I think they're both pretty good. I love the scene. My favorite part of this movie is when like the weirdo neighbor trying to like, he just starts LARPing as a Ghostbuster and then like fucks the secretary. While like Sigourney Weaver's kid is in the other room getting abducted by a ghost or whatever. I thought that was really funny. There's just a lot of funny stuff in this movie. It's another classic. It's a banger, if you will. Now, again, I just think the first one was better. I think the pacing of the first one was better. I think the first one was a little bit more raunchy, which I appreciate. But anyway, it's a good movie. I mean, it's a solid sequel. I don't know. A lot of people have told me not to watch any of the other Ghostbusters movies. That's what I've been told. I am not going to listen to them, and I will go watch the other Ghostbusters movies, so we'll see how those goes. I also know that there's like a cartoon show. I don't know where I could watch that, but I'd be interested in watching the cartoon show. Ghostbusters 2, it's good. It's a good movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. And there you go. It's one of those things, like, what do I review? Like, I love when the Statue of Liberty is walking through the ocean. Did I love it? I mean, it was cool, but did it really make any sense? I don't quite understand it. But anyway, it's a good movie. I don't know. It's a good movie. I liked it. I liked the final scene with, what was it, Vigo or whatever? Like, the guy was fucking nuts. And, like, the floating head stuff was really fucking creepy. It was kind of like that guy's makeup and the face that he had on. Like, the scowl was pretty fucking good. It was a good-ass motherfucking movie. I enjoyed it. That said, I prefer the first one. And maybe I'll get into the other stuff in the Ghostbusters universe. But probably not for a while. But, and rip Ghostbusters 3, I guess. It never happened. So, what are you going to do? You ended up watching Goodfellas until 3 a.m. Needless to say, I'm a bit tired. Well, I'm glad to influence you into watching Goodfellas again. It's a good-ass movie. Maybe I gotta watch it again. Now, my next, I don't know about next movies, but I'm gonna try to watch The Godfather soon. Because I've never seen it. I've seen, like, bits and pieces from whenever it was on television or whatever, but I've never seen all the whole thing. Everything you are doing is terrible. I want you to know this. Oh, what the fuck? Man, that's fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. Everything I'm doing is terrible. Damn. Why would you say that? Quote from the movie. I'm aware that it's a quote from the movie. But anyway, is the goddamn letter hack here? What? Yeah, ever, like, what's the deal with this letter hack? Are you a hacker? Are you a letter? Come on. Are you what is that? What kind of username is that? Have I seen Racing Arizona? No, I haven't. All right, so the next movie review I've got lined up. This one's a doozy. I still don't honestly really know what this is. I watched Under the Skin. Now, this is another movie. Again, I violated my own cardinal rule. And I started watching this movie the other night. Again, I got super high. I've been really doing a lot of weed lately. So I got super fucked up. I started watching the movie. It was too late. I paused it like maybe 40 minutes in. And I watched the last hour yesterday. And first of all, I just need to say this. This movie features fully naked and erect men. And so I just want to say shout outs to this movie for that. I guess Scarlett Johansson's naked too, but I don't really care about that. But we got some full frontal, fully at attention cocks in this movie. And so now, again, if you don't know anything about this movie and I start off with that, okay, then that should confuse you. But this movie, I thought it was, like, this is definitely a shroom movie, and I did not watch it on shrooms, but I did watch it while really fucked up on weed, so, I mean, close enough. But anyway, this is a movie I will probably watch again. I thought it was really good. The movie, like, the music in this movie is, like, it's just great. Like, every part of this movie was really just fucking great. Like I love the long scenes where it's just like looking at like the world. Like there's scenes where it's just like looking at nature. And there's scenes where it's like, You know, like the one extended scene where they're in like just one like Scottish city or whatever, and it just like closes up on people talking, and it's like you can't fucking understand what the fuck these weirdos are saying. Like they're technically speaking English, but not really, you know, like barely, right? You can't fucking understand what's going on. So Scarlett Johansson is like an alien, I guess, or something. And, you know, like, and, you know, she's Scarlett Johansson, so I guess she's pretty sexy or whatever. So she's, like, luring some men to her home, and they're like, oh, shit, I get to fuck Scarlett Johansson. And then they walk into this weird-ass, like, slime. Like, I don't know, like, the first scene and, like, every subsequent scene, like, is like, no sense at all. But, like, the first time you see someone fully erect walking, and then they start sinking into, like, this black, weird slime, it was, like... It's bizarre shit. It is crazy stuff. It is really... Again, this is a movie that is like a visual, auditory, like it's a sensory experience. It's less of like a plot, right? There's very little plot in this movie. It's more of like a sensory experience, right? And so, you know, that is... I don't even really know how to review this movie. Anyway, so... Like, so she's an alien or something? I don't know. So anyway, she's like picking up random people, you know, saying, oh, let's fuck. And then they want to fuck, right? They're ready to fuck. I mean, like, again, fully erect. They are ready to fuck, except they don't. They get like their skin gets stolen or something. Their soul is trapped. And like that one scene where the fucker's like floating in like the weird... Like, I don't even know what it is, and then sees, like, the other person, and then, like, that person, like, their soul gets sapped out of their skin, and then, like, it's, like, an inflatable gets deflated really quickly. I have no idea what, but it was crazy shit. Damn. You know, you ever wonder, like, you know, like, imagine this, right? You're walking around in Scotland, and then Scarlett Johansson's like, all right, I'm making a movie. You're going to get to see me naked, and you have to get naked, and you're thinking, oh shit, okay. And then you get fucking, like, you just fall into this black slime. It's like, I didn't sign up for this. This is some fuck shit, right? Anyway, this movie is great. I love the ending when she's running through the forest and someone's trying to rape her, and, like, the rape scene was, like, really violent. I was like, whoa, Jesus, they're really going to fucking show someone raping her? And then like he like rips off her skin, and then he's like freaked out that it's an alien or some shit. And then so the rapist is that, like, and you're like, oh, is the rapist the good guy? Like, I mean, he is a rapist, right? He doesn't know that she's an alien, and he's trying to rape the fucking shit out of her, so he's probably a bad guy. But then also she's an alien, and she would kill him regardless, right? So does that... I don't know. And then he like sets her on fire, and then then it starts snowing. I mean, man, this movie, it's a movie. You gotta watch this, and you know, again, I'm going to watch this again on drugs probably at some point. Not that I would recommend that. And so, but damn, this is a movie. I mean, this, you see, you know, there's a lot of things out there that call themselves movies, but it's not Under the Skin. I'll tell you that much. Under the Skin is a film. It's not even just a movie. It's a film. And so it's pretty fucking good. So I agree with this movie. I don't know what I'm agreeing with. And there's the guy on the motorcycle, by the way. I don't even, like, what the fuck. But anyway, I agree with this movie. It's a movie, and I agree with it, and it's good, and I recommend it. And fully erect cock from multiple different people. And I guess Scarlett Johansson's naked too, for the people that like that, but less interested. But that's the movie review. I got all these fucking wires here. What the fuck? I worked over the weekend and people tipped me less than usual. Literally half of what I normally make. Lol. Feels good to be appreciated. And it's Labor Day weekend, Retro Boomer. They probably found out that you're a fucking member to this channel. They're like, oh, I don't want to fund that Antifa leftist criminal. The cat's out of the bag. Conservatives don't have politics, they have lore. That is true. It's like, that's why they always talk about the narrative. The narrative, the narrative, the narrative. And it's like, what the fuck narrative are you talking about? And then they just say, you don't even know, you've been consumed by the narrative. The narrative has its... the narrative, what? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But that's because they don't actually have politics. Like, they just treat, like, the world like a soap opera. And, like, you know, they miss half the episodes, but they think they kind of know what's going on, so they don't feel, like, the need to go back and rewatch anything. That's essentially what it is. But yeah, this stream's pretty much over. So again, thank you everyone for watching today. Follow me on Twitch. I will be streaming there later today. Once again, I'm also doing a little bit of a micro dose experiment this week, and we'll see how it goes. I would say today's been a pretty success. I'm in a good mood. I'm positive. I'm getting a lot of work fucking done. You should have seen me this morning. I was woo! You know, I was going anyway. And so we'll probably do a Twitch stream later today, so that should be fun. Doing probably some speedrun stuff. That's the idea. That's the goal. But we'll see. Yeah. So if anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns, give me your cocks, give me your cues, or hold on to them for the Twitch stream. Up to yous. But yeah, there you go. I gotta fucking brush my goddamn hair. It's a mess. The narrative has its hands on you. Ooh, I wish the narrative would put their hands on me. Goddamn. I need a good touch. You know what I'm saying? Narrative, please come home. Anyway. Donald James X. I already have a second webcam, but it's not that easy because Max moves around like all the time. Like if Max would, like whenever Max gets like cancer and is like dying and stuff, like maybe then I'll do that. But like he moves around too much. Like I would have to attach the webcam like to him. Like have like a selfie stick attached to him and then like point down. And then that would just make him uncomfortable, and then he couldn't roll around. So I don't really think it's going to happen. I'm going to arrive to the Twitch stream with my cock in hand. That's excellent. Give you our what now? Your cues and your cocks, of course. But anyway, everyone have a wonderful day. And once again, I will be posting some Doom videos onto the YouTube channel. So feel free to watch those or don't. But you should. Personally, it offends me that people don't have the same hobbies that I have. So as a way to make up for offending me, at least watch my videos that I put out. But either way, that's it. And I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Isn't it wonderful to allow protesting? No. Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ. They're coming all over the place. They're coming all over the place. 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 Coming all over the place.
I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out.
$7 million for reef fish management. $25 billion to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
Everybody comes in your grandmother year. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother year. Everybody comes in your grandmother.